What made you decide to come to Richmond?
So I've always enjoyed the town of Richmond. I actually got married here when I first moved up to Vermont in the Old Brown Church. I love the community here and a lot of the recreation that you guys have here in town. And so when the opportunity came to work for town, I decided to jump on it.
Okay. Is it okay to pet a canine dog?
So with all dogs, we got to first go in and say, ask the handler, is it safe or is it okay if I pet your dog? The handler should then tell you yes or no. In our case, even though Duke is a police working dog, it is okay to say hi and pet him. Most police dogs, though, the answer is going to probably be no unless the handler says otherwise.
Okay. What is the proper title for a canine dog?
So most of our canine dogs are officers. They actually get the title officer just like any other sworn police officer. With Duke's, he actually is a therapy canine, so his title would be K-9 versus we shorten K9, the actual word, to the letters K and number 9.
What does a canine dog do?
All of our dogs are trained differently. So there's tons of different jobs that our dogs do throughout the policing. Some are patrol dogs, some are detection dogs. Duke is actually a therapy dog, so his job is actually to help victims and witnesses of crime tell their story throughout the criminal justice system.
Okay. Do you reward a canine dog with treats?
That again depends on your dog and what motivates your dog. So Duke is a lab, and typical labs, they do get motivated quite well by food. And so yes, when he's done a good job, he gets treat rewards. But sometimes it might just be a praise or a toy play to go out and play.
What is the training like? How long does it take to train?
So for the therapy dog, his training takes roughly about a year. There's a bunch of different requirements that a dog has to be certified as a therapy dog. One of them is the dog has to be at least a year old. The dog and handler team has to be together for at least 6 months. And then after that, we have to go through testing. Part of our testing is based on what behaviors Duke does and how he interacts with people. He gets evaluated by an evaluator, and then we actually go out into the field and work and have 3 observations. We have 3 observations that take place before we can submit our paperwork to be certified. And every year, we have to have at least 4 volunteer interactions with the community to then continue our certification.
How old is your dog?
Duke is now 4 years old. That's short.
Where does the dog live?
So Duke lives with me at my house. He will come home with me every day after work. I take care of him. He's part of my family. He acts like a normal dog outside of work. When he's working, he actually acts much better and he's better behaved when he's working than he is at my house. And so yeah, every day he's at home, and then he comes into work and hangs out with me wherever I am on shift.
Does the dog have any special veterinary needs?
So Duke is lucky he does not have any veterinary needs. He will go to our vet and get some routine checkups that he gets. If he needs any sort of medical care, just like any other normal dog, he'll go get it.
How do you choose the dog?
So Duke was actually donated to us from his breeder called Bloomfield Labradors. They actually specially breed labs to be therapy dogs, and they've donated now over 50 dogs to police departments across the Northeast. And so Duke was actually given to us. We didn't really have a ton of choice, but that's okay. He turned out great because they actually know a lot of what they're doing with picking out dogs that are going to work out great for departments. But to be a therapy dog, it's really based on a dog's demeanor, and we want the dog to be well-behaved, but also gentle with everyone that they come across, and be a people person. So he wants to actually go say hi to people and interact with people rather than just ignore everybody.
Okay. How many years does a canine dog serve?
Again, that depends on the dog and what they're doing. Typically, for most departments, it's 7 to 8 years because of how the strain that we ask of the dog to do. do as far as like patrol work and doing agility work and being able to run. Duke's job's a little bit different because he doesn't have to go chase bad guys. He has to actually be there for our victims and be with me. So he gets a little bit longer lifespan when it comes to a working lifespan, and he'll probably be able to be working about 9-10 years old. Basically, when he's no longer able to get in and out of the cruiser safely, that's when it's going to be time to stay home.
Okay, and the last question is, when is the dog's birthday? Do you celebrate in any special way?
So his birthday is March 5th, 2020. And yes, I usually celebrate his birthday in some special way, either on social media with people, or he'll get sometimes a little special cake or a little special treat that he gets. And so yeah, we try to mark his birthday, make it special for him.